So good evening, good afternoon, everyone. This is Samarth, and we will be studying some PYQs over straight lines. So let's not waste any time and just move with it. So let's first see the first question. What does the first question say? Just give me a minute. Yes. Okay. So my pen is also working. Is it lagging a bit? It is. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So talking about the first question, we have given 2 points, A point and B point. A is 6 comma minus 1 and B is 8 comma 9. And there is a line that divides the line joining AB into a ratio. So we have to find that ratio. So let this be lambda into 1. And we know the line's equation is y minus x plus 2 is equal to 0. So the first thing that we can do is we can take an arbitrary point, and the arbitrary point can be h, and y would be h minus 2. This is the point lying on this line, right? Okay. So now we have to just find the point h here. So let us see uh, how do we do that. So what we can do is, yeah, then we can equate it to the lambda, right? So let's take out the points of this P point. So let the intersection point be P. And now we have to find the coordinates of the point P according to the ratio. So let us calculate. So it is 8 times lambda plus 3 upon lambda plus 1 is my H. And another point is 9 times of lambda minus 1 upon lambda plus 1 is equals to H minus 2. And subtracting these two, what am I getting? Lambda minus 4 upon, why is that not working? Is equals to 2. What I've done is this minus this. So I'm getting a minus 2 here. Okay. So I'm left with 2 times of lambda. Array, I'm doing something wrong. Just give me a minute. So what do I have? Lambda minus 4 is equals to minus 2 lambda minus 2. 3 lambda is equals to, so lambda becomes 2 by 3. So the ratio is 2 by 3. Yes. So we are done with the first question. Basic application of points dividing a line into two ratio or a single ratio, whatever feels right for you. So first question you're done with. Let's see the next question. Next question, let's read it through. Find the incenter of the triangle ABC if A is 4 comma minus 2, B is minus 2 comma 4, and C is 5 comma 5. So we know that what is the formula for incenter. I'll highlight for you guys. This is the incenter formula. This you'll have to remember a bit. So basically, what is an incenter? So if there's a triangle and we make a circle inside, and the center of that circle is the center. Formula for the incenter of ABC, and I just wrote the wrong. This is C. So this is how you calculate ABC, and just put the formula, put the equation or the variables in the equation. Right. So we are done with the question number 2 as well. Now let's move on to question number 3. Let me erase this. Okay. So let us see what does question number three say. A rectangle PQR has its side PQ parallel to the line y is equals to mx, and the vertices PQS lie on the line y is equals to a. So let us draw a rectangle. So this is my rectangle PQRS. Okay. So we know the slope of this equation is m, right? So I have been told you that this is parallel to a line, so y is equals to mx. So slope of PQ is m, and the PQS lies on the line y is equals to a. Okay. So we know here P lies at y is equals to a. So we know a coordinate here, but we don't know the other coordinate. Then Q lies on x is equals to b. So b, then dash, and this S lies on x is equals to minus b. Right? One thing is known. Okay. Find the locus of the vertex R. Okay. So one thing to go about it, we if you know the slope of PQ, so SR slope is also M. This is minus 1 by M. This is minus 1 by M. Because this is perpendicular, it is a rectangle, right? This is a rectangle. So one thing also that we know, and this is H comma K because we have to find the locus, right? So how do we go about it? Okay, so let us solve. Let this be alpha, let this be beta, let this be gamma. Okay, so first things first, beta minus a upon b minus alpha is equals to m. Then we have gamma minus a upon minus beta minus, sorry, minus b minus alpha is equals to minus 1 by m. So what we can do is, still not getting it, how are we solving this? These are the two equations that we have. Do I know anything else about these equations? No, not really, right? I know that h minus gamma and sorry, k minus gamma and h plus beta should also be equals to m, right? So I have to eliminate the gamma here. Let us just go to the solution that the book or the solution booklet has provided us and see what does it say. I'm not getting this. I'll just leave this question for you guys to solve. If I'm not getting the accurate method to solve this question. So let's leave it for time being. If we do not get the solution later on also, we'll try to circle back to this question. I'll just circle it and move on without any wasting any time. So let us go to the question number four. We have two equal sides AB and AC of an isosceles triangle. Okay. ABC, it's an isosceles triangle. Have the equation, okay, xy minus y plus 3 is equals to 0 and x plus y minus 3 is equals to 0. Okay. The third side AB of the triangle passes through point P minus 1 comma 10. Find the equation of very easy question, guys. I'll tell you how. Okay. So a line, first of all, first let us calculate. Okay. So one thing that we know is that it could be any line like this, right? So we just have to calculate the slope of this line because we know that it could be parallel and just the slope is required. So to get the slope, yeah, the bisector formula is nice. The solution as guided us, we can take the bisector formula. So AD, so AD equation can be given by this. Okay. So let us go through the solution. I'll not write it for you guys. Let us see. So this is the bisector equation that we're using here. And now after using that, we get this. Sorry, wrong pen. Yes, we get this. And it is given that C1 is greater than 0, C2 is greater than 0, then what is the technique that we have to use? So we get the bisection, right? That what is the bisection angle? Because we have to decide which sign we have to take, right? And that is given by the condition that if C1 is positive and C2 is positive, and our AB, this product, is negative, then we have to take the equation of the acute angle, and that will be given by taking the normal equation, the without the plus minus sign. So we get the equation, we get the slope, and now we know the slope. So if we know the slope and the point, so we know the equation of the line. I hope you understand the question. This is just an application of the bisector formula. That how we be applying the bisector formula and getting the solution. So let's move on. Find the equation of the line passing through the intersection of lines and whose distance from the origin is this. So very easy. First, let's calculate the intersection. 2x minus 6y plus 2 is equal to 0. 2x plus 5y minus 1 is equal to 0. Subtracting 11y minus 11 gives me 0. So y becomes 1. Right? If y is 1, so x minus 2 is 0. So x becomes 2. So I have x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1. So the equation becomes, sorry, y minus 1 is equals to mx minus 2. This gives me mx minus 2m minus y plus 1 is equal to 0. And the distance from the origin is root 5. So it is minus 1 minus 2m root over 1 plus m square is equals to root 5. Taking a square, I get 1 minus 2m whole square gives me 5m square plus 5. And this gives me 4m square minus 4m plus 1 is equals to 5m square plus 5. And this gives me m square plus 4m plus 4 is equal to 0. This gives me 4. M becomes minus 2. So my equation becomes y minus 1 minus 2x plus 4 2x plus y minus 5 equals to 0 is my equation. Sorry, did I take the wrong equation, guys? No, I did not, right? So we get the right equation, so that was smart. This is the right equation. Sorry, my bad. So let us move on to the next question. We are done with the fifth question. So we are done with the fifth one. Let me take it through. And now moving on to the sixth question. Show that bx square minus 2hxy plus ay square is equal to 0. Represent a pair of straight lines which are at right angle to the pair of lines given by this. Okay. So how do we move about that? So there are two ways to solve this question. So let's go with the solution that is being provided us to the like by the solution itself. So how do we proceed it? That since we know that this is a these represent a pair of equations that are passing through origin, right? So we can write them as y minus m1x and y minus m2x, right? And on multiplying, what do we get? Y square minus m1 plus m2 xy, and then I get m1 m2 x square. So on comparison, what do we get if we take out the roots of this equation, right? So on comparison, what am I getting is 1 by a square is equals to minus m1 plus n2 upon minus 2h is equals to m1 m2 by b square. Okay, so what my m1 m2 is b square by a square. And okay, just going to solution, let's read it through. We did it here. And now taking the new equation, what do I get is this. If we try to convert this into a different form, so this is what I'm getting. Okay, so now getting to the next question. I hope that you understand this question. It's a very simple question, nothing out of the box. Let's calculate eighth question. Let's skip this question for the time being. We'll do this later on. Let's go towards the eighth question. So let us see a point A divides the line joining P and Q in the ratio k is to 1. Find the values of k for which the area of the triangle ABC, where B and A is of equal to 2 units square. So I'm given. Okay. So for one thing to note here is what is the area of the triangle. So this is something that you should remember. This is the area of the triangle, right? So on solving this, what do we get? So it's a very easy question. If you want me to solve it, I'll solve it. Mm, mm. This is what we get, the point. And now calculating the area with the area equation, we can get the value of what our area looks like. So I don't think I really have to solve this. It's a very direct application of the area formula. So I'll highlight the important things that you can remember from each and every question and which formula can be used where. Moving to the next question, it's a proof question. Do we have to go there? Okay, so let us prove that the sum of the reciprocals of the intercepts made by on the coordinate axis by any line not passing through origin through the point of intersections of this is constant. So let us go through it. Just give me a minute. I'll give you a minute to read it through and just go to the solution by yourself. And then we'll just quickly go through the solution. But I'll solve it for you guys. But I'll give you a minute to solve it by yourself first. Okay. So you might have thought through a solution. It's a very easy question. First, let's calculate the intersection point. 2x plus 3y is equal to 6. 3x plus 2y is equal to 6. So how do we go about it is I'm multiplying by 3, right? So I'm multiplying by 2. And now subtracting, I'm getting 9 minus 4 is 5. Y is equal to 6. So y is equal to 6 by 5. And x becomes 30 minus 18 by 5. So 30 minus 18 is 12. So x also becomes 6 by 5. So 6. Okay, so x and y, the point is 6 by 5, comma 6 by 5. Into 6 by 5, comma 6 by 5. And their intercepts. So their intercepts, what will their intercepts look like? Let us calculate. So at intercept x intercept at y is equal to 0 would look like 6 by 5 minus 6 by 5m, comma 0. And the other intercept would look like minus 6 by 5m plus. They are same. They are the same, right? So these are same and taking the reciprocal and their sum. So let me just reciprocate and make it as the sum. So one thing that we can do is take the modulus of it because otherwise they're giving me the same points, right? Just let us see the what the proof says. Okay, so just give me a minute to just understand what is going on. It is right. Okay. So where we were going wrong is it is here. So it would be when y is equals to 0, sorry, x is equal to 0, my y would look like this. Okay. So now taking the reciprocals, what am I getting? 5m upon 6m minus 6 plus 5 upon 6 minus 6m plus 6. Okay. And now taking the minus sign common and writing it like this. So we have a common. So it is upon 6m minus 6. I'm left by 5 by 6. So which is a constant, right? So the summation of their intercepts becomes a constant. Direct proof question, you can do it very easily, I suppose. Okay. So now going to the solution, the important thing to remember, the direct thing to remember is the formula that they provided initially, right? The concept. See, there was a direct brute force. If you remember what is a brute force, there was a direct approach to this question, or there was a conceptual approach. So this is important. The equation of the line passing through the intersection of the given lines is given by this. Okay, so this is you can apply in your further questions also in the future questions also. So now get into the next question. We have find the straight lines represented by this and also find their point of intersection. So one way to go about this is to take the roots, right? So we get the roots in terms of x and y. Okay. So one thing that we can do is take y as a constant and take the equation as a complete equation in terms of this. So we get the two roots in terms of y and then we can get the two equations. So it's a very easy question, I suppose. I'm not going into depth of it. Very easily done. Okay, rather what I can do is I can give you a minute to solve it by yourself because practicing by yourself can also be really important. So what I'll do is just I'll hide the solution for you guys and I'll give you a minute to solve it. Okay, so take down a minute and just go through the approach that what are we solving and how can we solve it. So I hope you have solved this question. Now moving to the next part. Now we'll just move on to the bit of tougher questions. So let us see what are the questions look like. So let's go with the first question. The first question says that if A, B, and C are vertices of a triangle, and C, D, F are the midpoints of these lines respectively, then show that. Okay, so it's a very basic question, guys. Nothing. It's a property which is always taught in triangles, if you may. So this is what it is, and BC is GCS. Okay. So we have minus 1 comma 5 and B is my 3. B is 3 comma 1. This is 5 comma 7. This makes it 4 comma 4. This makes it 2 comma 6. This makes it 1 comma 3. And now we know what is the area, right? We know what's the area. The formula that we learned earlier. This formula is very important. So we'll apply the same formula. Or you can apply this formula also. What does this formula do? It is half of -151, 311, 571. This is the formula for ABC. And for DEF, we have the formula, so you can just simply prove it's nothing out of the box. If you see, the easiest way to like go through this is take the ABC as the equilateral triangle. And if ABC is the equilateral triangle, then DEF is also an equilateral triangle, and all the four triangles that are made. So I'll show it to you. If this is the triangle and if it is equilateral, so so this is equal, 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 right? The paths are also equal. And if this is equal, so this would also be equal, this would also be equal. So these are also equilateral. So the whole triangle is divided into four equilateral triangles. So the area would also be distributed in four parts, right? So that is what you can also just prove with the ideal cases. It's often very easy to like check for the ideal case, it's applicable in the ideal case, and then just apply it not randomly, but it's often more than the case. If it's applicable in the ideal and if the question is saying you to prove from a random triangle, then the solution is also very easy. So now let's move to the next part. We have point a square comma a is plus 1 is a point of angle which contains the origin between the lines. This find the interval for values of a. Okay, so one thing is if both the points are lying in the same region, we know that the product is greater than 0, not less than 0. These are the 2 points, and here is the origin. So the thing is, first what do we do? Just simply put up the values. They have not. Okay, they have. Okay, so what do we do? Let's check for origin. For first case, we can say that 1 is positive. For origin, if you take origin, so what we get? 0 times the 3 and the whole thing. So we get 1. So 1 is a positive. So the P point, taking the P point on the line would also be positive. So we take that, and minus 5 is negative. So the origin side is on the negative side of the line. So we can write the point is also in the negative side. So we get two equations, and that gives us an interval of a, and we can solve further. Now let's move on to the next question. Find the equation of the line passing through P, making an intercept of AB of length 2 units between the lines this and this. Okay. So find the equation of the line passing through P, making an intercept AB. I don't get it. So these are the two lines. Y plus 2x is equal to 3 and is equal to 5. So AB, and this should be equals to 2 units, and it is passing through a point 2 comma 3. So okay, a value of this would be equals to h minus 2h plus 5, and this is h minus 2h plus 3. So no, let this be k. So this is what we get, and right. And what else do we know? So just give me a minute to think it through. How do we solve this question? Okay, so we can equate the slope. Okay, got it. So what we can do is we can get two equations out. It's very easy now. So what we can do is minus 2k upon k minus 2 is equals to minus 2h plus 2k minus 2. So this is one equation we have, right? Let me erase the other part. Okay. And the another equation that we have is h minus k whole square plus minus 2h plus 5 plus 2h minus 3 whole square is equals to 4. So let me solve this for you guys and see where the solution head. I'm getting minus 2hk plus 4k is equals to minus 2hk plus 2k plus 4h minus 4. So this and this gets cancelled. What am I left with? 2k is equals to 4h minus 4. This is what I'm left with. And solving it here. So k is basically 2 times of h minus 1. So h minus 2h plus 2 whole square plus. Okay, so this was k here, right? And now taking minus 2h plus 2 plus 4h minus 4 the whole square is equals to 4. So what I get is h minus 2 the whole square plus 2h minus 2 the whole square is equals to 4. This gives me h square minus 4h plus 4 plus 4h square minus 8h plus 4 is equals to 4. So 4 से 4 cancel. 5h square minus 12h plus 4 is equal to 0. I'm left with h square minus 10h minus 2h plus 4 is equal to 0. 5h in common. H minus 2 minus 2 common. H minus 2. I'm left with h is equals to 2 by 5 or 2. Right. So k की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी? k क्या था हमारा? 2 times of h minus 1. So 2 times of minus 3 by 2 comma, right? So क्या हो जाता है हमारा? हमें निकालना क्या था बेसिकली? हमें एच और के निकालने थे, राइट? तो दो तरीके हो सकते हैं एच और के निकालने के, तो दो वैल्यूज आ रही है। एक आ रहा है 2 5 दिस। तो पॉइंट्स निकालना है, क्या निकालना था? जस्ट गिव मी अ मिनट, व्हाट वाज द क्वेश्चन आस्किंग अस टू सॉल्व? line. So equation of the line basically. So the equation of the line is what? Slope ही होगा, और it is चलो ठीक है. We took the lengthy route, but okay, why not? I am left with y minus 3 is equals to minus 2k plus 2 plus 2h. What the fuck? It does not matter. So, but let's go the healthy route now. I just after things out. So it is. Hmm. So what I have to calculate is h minus k. h comma k pairing 2 2 comma 2 ही है। तो h माइनस के एक तो 1 आ रहा है और एक 0 आ रहा है। तो 0 तो आ नहीं सकता, 1 ही आएगा। तो इट इज 1। So y minus 3 is equals to minus 2। अच्छा, तो दो चीजें हो रही है, y is equals to 3 या तो x is equals to 2। Okay, so we are completely off. No, x is equals to 2 is right, 1 is right, and the other we are getting wrong. I don't know where are we going wrong, so I'll leave this question, guys. करना ऐसे ही है, ज्यादा उसमें कुछ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड नहीं है। एक बार वापस देख लेते हैं कहीं गलत तो नहीं हो रहा। So it is 6, guys. It is 6 minus 6 by 5. So the difference of h minus k is minus 12 by 5 plus, no, 8 by 5. So 8 by 5 है, 8 by 5। So let us calculate again। एक तो आ गया अपने पास 1 रखने पर, अगर 1 रखूंगा तो ये 0 हो जाएगा। तो, नहीं, 1 रखेंगे तो 0 हो रहा है। तो क्या हो रहा है? नहीं, तो 1 तो आ ही नहीं रहा ना, 0 आ रहा है। h माइनस से 0 आ रहा है, यानी कि इसको 0 जाना पड़ेगा। सॉरी, विल क्लियर इट आउट। h माइनस के अगर 0 जा रहा है तो इसको भी 0 जाना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि इन्फिनिटी बन जाएगा। तो x इक्वल टू 2 का सोल्यूशन। अब उसके बाद तो दूसरा आता है कि h माइनस के की वैल्यू है 8 बाई 5। तो इसको सॉल्व करते हैं। y माइनस 3 इज इक्वल्स टू माइनस 16 बाई 5 प्लस 2 अपॉन 8 बाई 5। तो ये बन रहा है, तो -6/8 दैट इज 3/4। सो यही सोल्यूशन आएगा जो दे रखा है अंदर में। तो दोनों से अपना आंसर सही था, गाइस। दैट इज व्हाट आई वाज सेइंग, द सोल्यूशन दैट वी सॉल्विंग वाज फॉर इज राइट, नॉट रॉन्ग। So now just let's erase and start fresh. Okay. So now moving to the next question, we have in a triangle ABC, AB is equals to AC, D is the midpoint of BC, E is the foot of perpendicular from D. So let us draw our own diagram. It's a triangle A, D, ABC. This and this are equal. D is the midpoint of BC. Okay. And now what do we have? Foot of perpendicular. So that AF is perpendicular to BE. So again, one thing for show that question, the first is way to assume as easier variables as you can. So let us consider this 0 comma 0, a comma 0, and this b 0 comma b. Things are clear till right now. And then I have to calculate the foot of perpendicular here. So how do I calculate it? So slope here is b by a minus of। So यहाँ जो डी का स्लोप होगा वो होगा a by b, right? So I know that basically the equation is x minus, sorry, just give me a minute. So the equation that looks like is y minus 0 is equals to minus b by a times x minus a. This is the line of the equation AC. And now taking the variable e as h comma minus b by a h minus a. This is my e. So h minus 0 upon minus ha upon h minus a minus 0 should be equals to ab, right? This is my b, guys, b. This is b. So now solving this, I get hb is equals to minus times of b h minus a. hb is equals to minus hb plus ab. This gives me 2 times of hb is equals to ab. B and B cancel because B cannot be equal to 0, and H becomes A by 2. तो E पॉइंट के जो वेरिएबल्स हो जाएंगे वो हो जाएंगे A by 2, कॉमा let me erase this a bit. I'm left with A by 2, so it is minus of B by A minus of A by 2 of this, and this is cancel this. So E becomes A by 2 and B by 2. This is A by 2 and B by 2. Right? I'm calculating this right? So this becomes, let me spare it out. So E becomes A by 2 and B by 2. Okay. So another thing that we can solve here with, I just have to calculate F now. So my F becomes A by 4 and B by 4. So now calculating the slopes BE and AF. So the BE slopes look like A by 2 upon 3A by 2. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So B by 3A is my MBE. And now MAF would be equals to 3B by 4 upon minus times of A by 4. So 4 and 4 gets cancelled. This gives me minus 3 by A is my M of A. And on multiplication, this gives me a minus 1. So these both are perpendicular. I hope you get it. It was a very easy, direct solving question. You just had to calculate, assume some variables, and then calculate the different coordinates. So I hope we are done with this question as well. And now moving to the next question, we have a square lying above the x-axis has one vertex on the origin. A side passing through the origin makes an angle alpha, which is greater than 0 but is less than pi by 4. With the positive direction of the x-axis, prove that the equation of the diagonals. I was solving this for you guys. It's a very easy question. When you read the solution by yourself, you'll get the solution by yourself. So let's not go into this. Any other question that seems very interesting? We can do this one, but it's also again a direct question, so I will go on get into it. This question is also very important. I want you to remember all these formulas by yourself. The circumcenter, the centroid. So let us see the formula. For the centroid is very easy. First, you can calculate the point of intersection individually and then calculate the centroid by adding them, like taking the average basically. And now circumcenter, how do we calculate a circumcenter? So basically, MA should be equals to MB should be equals to MC. As these are both equal, so means they are in a radius, right? So you just simply solve that. And for the in center, we have a direct formula. Ortho center, you can just take the intersection of two perpendicular lines. That would provide you a solution. Now getting to the diagonal. If you want me to solve them in detail, I'll do that for you guys, but I don't think that's really necessary. Moving to the next question, we have one diagonal of the square in the position of the line tan of plus minus 45 degrees is equal to this. Okay. This seems a bit murky. I'm not getting into the details of it because it is relatively direct. So I think we can wrap up the questions, I guys, because I want to leave some questions for you to also do them and just have an experience of those by yourself. So let's wrap up the session. Okay. And we'll just move on to the next questions later on. So thank you guys for the PYQs and I'll see you in the next class. मुझे So I hope we are done with the session and I'll just end the meeting now. Thank you.